We have the openings of the Legendary Arc 5 decks, and this is a full set spoiler, and we're also going to be going over the brand new cards in this set. So let's take a look at each deck and talk about them. So first up, we're going to be looking at the Speedroid deck, and you can see that there's Effect Veiler and Droll Lockbird here, along with Speedroid Terratop, which is a good reprint in Ultra and Common, along with Tak Tomborg in Ultra and Common as well. We also have Double Yo-Yo, which is most of the time a one of, and then we have the Den Daiko Duke, and the Red-Eyed Die, mostly one-ofs as well. Now, each of these structured, or each of the decks, I should say, has one Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which is very awkward because previously we had multiples in the last legendary deck. After that, you can see that there's 3 Marble Machine, and then 2 Nibiru the Primal Being, which is a nice reprint, but they're not really that good this format. Then we have things like Speedroid Card Turbo, Ultra Hound. This deck has the Fuolos in it, and then we just keep going. We have the new Daruma Knocker, which is the brand new monster in this Speedroid deck. Speed Recovery, Call by the Grave, Triple Tactics Talent. 2 cards that won't be hit in the future, and plus they're also in the winners pack, so that's extremely unlikely that they're going to get hit within the next year. We have Speedroid Wheel and Scratch, which is good reprints, and then 2 Infinite Impermanence. You have this one Speedroid Duplicate, which works very well with the brand new Double Knacker, which is honestly really good. You have the Speedroid Clearwing Wonder, which is... Oh, Clearwing Wonder. Is that the new card? No, that's not Clearwing Wonder. This is one of the newer cards, right? Yeah, this is the trap card from Supreme Darkness. I didn't remember that card. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, Chambara, Hagotia, Stardust Charge Warrior, which also comes in a secret rare, which is nice. High Speedroid Puzzle, Clearwing Fast Dragon, Kite Drake, Cork Shooter, Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, High Speedroid Clear Synchro Rider, and Crystal Clearwing Over Synchro Dragon, and a secret rare print. You have High Speedroid Glider, along on number 2 with 2 Rubber Band Shooters. So overall, this is pretty much what you're going to normally run in a Speedroid deck. Give or take a few cards here and there for additional hand traps, like additional Fuoloses and a couple Ashes. But outside of that, it's a very bare bones Speedroid deck, and honestly, I think it's one of the better ones. But Lunalight is one of the best ones in the whole entire decks because it has the Effect Veiler. 3 Lunalight Black Sheep finally has a reprint after 10 years, and it has a holo print finally. Now, this is one of the cards that also comes in Secret Rare and Starlight Rare. So if you want to buff out your whole entire Lunalight deck, there you go. You have a Starlight Rare Black Sheep to look forward to. There's one Lunalight Wolf and Tiger, which is understandable. Wolf getting a holo upgrade, which is nice. 2 Collider Chick, the second Ash Blossom in the 3 decks. Emerald Bird, Yellow Martin, both good one-ofs just to have. Then we also have Tri-Brigade Fractal and the Molcharming Meows. You had 3 Lunalight Gold Leo. Sorry to the people who had a lot of secret rares, but it's now a common. Along with 3 Silver Hound, which was just in the Ultimate Tournament Pack 1 as a super rare, so there's an upgrade for you in that set. Lunalight Scarlet Tiger is a brand new card for this, so that's really good to see that the name is there, and we're going to be looking at all of them in a little bit. Then we see the Polymerization and Foolish Burial with 3 Fire Formation Tenki, 2 Lunalight Perfumes, a Foolish Burial good reprint, which hasn't been reprinted in quite some time, even though it's in the Winners Pack. Having 2 accessible reprints is really good. You have the Call by the Grave, Lunalight Fusion, Cross-Eyed Designator, Triple Tactics Talent, Pot of Prosperity, and Thrust. These cards are not going to get hit. People really want them gone, but they're not going to get hit at all. The one Heavy Polymerization, so you kind of have to... It's usually cited as 1 to 3 of, but honestly, getting 3 decks so you get a playset is always good to have. 3 Lunalight Masquerade, 1 Imperm, and the 1 Serenade Dance along with Black Goat left to send off of the Foolish Burial good. You have the 1 Cant Dancer, the 1 Panther Dancer, the 2 Leo Dancer, a Saber Dancer, 2 Liger Dancer in common, which is kind of rough seeing it in common. I would have preferred it in either an Ultra Rare or a Secret Rare print. But we do have 2 Perfume Dancer, a Tiger King in Secret Rare, which looks nice. Outer Entity Nyarla, because this is one of the cards that's actually really useful in the deck, along with Time Thief Redoer, Salamangreat, Almirage, Cross Sheep, and SP Little Knight. Having another SP Little Knight reprint is good, always just to have on hand, just in case. Now, the Odd Eyes deck has 2 Droll and Lockbird. This card is not getting hit at all for another format, so that's why it's at 2. You have the 1 Perform Pal Pendulum Sorcerer. The Skull Crobat Joker comes in common and secret rare, a new rarity buff. 2 Skull Crobat Joker is always good to have. 3 Monkey Board. I remember when this card was limited and forbidden. Odd Eyes Persona Dragon and Mirage Dragon are both good reprints because I think the last time that they were printed was back in Battle of Legends. Battle of Legends Crystal Revenge. So that's been about 4 years, and before that it was a legendary deck card and a Social Jump promo. Mirage Dragon, I think, is the same thing. This is the green one, and it was also just Dragon Legends Unleashed, legendary dragon deck, and now in another common print. But actually, no, it's an ultra rare, and then Persona is a common. Astrograph Sorcerer is in here. Odd that it's only one of. I was hoping that it was going to be at least 2 because I definitely think that Astrograph Sorcerer is one of the many cards that could come off the Forbidden Unlimited list. Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, here's your third one. You have the 1 Odd Eyes Dissolver and Odd Eye Synchrons. Synchron's a very, very good reprint because I think the last time that we saw it printed was in the Lice Revenge. So that is a 9-year-old card finally getting a reprint. Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon is really good to see as a reprint, along with Revolution Dragon. Revolution Dragon's really useful in a lot of situations, especially in an Odd Eyes deck. Then you have the 1 Butler, the 1 Valet, the Gentrude, and the Lady Ange, which are all useful to have. The Perform Battle Odd Eye Seer, which is another good reprint, and Mulcharmy Perulia. There's your third Mulcharmy. 3 Sky Irises. This is one of the secret rares of the set, which is honestly good to have another reprint of because it's been quite some time. The Call by the Grave as well. But for the Primite enjoyers, you have 3 Lordly Load, 2 Roar, and 2 Drill Beam. Sadly, no Aether Barrel in this, but it is what it is. But having the Primite package almost handed to you is always good to have. The 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, common Chaos Angel. When I saw this, I kind of cringed at it because seeing a card that we've always seen as holographic in common is absolutely crazy. The imported Soul Blaze Dragon is always good to have. Odd Eyes Rebellion and Absolute Dragon, Raging Dragon, Rebellion Dragon, Overlord, or just the whole entire XD lineup, which is good to see. Raiders Knight and Arc Rebellion XD Dragon. It's kind of interesting that these are in here, but you can make them so you could rank up into the Arc Rebellion, so you can go, I think, up into the Odd Eyes Rebellion, because I think it was the Rebellion Overlord. You could just exceed some of this card using a Rebellion. Yep. So you can go up into the Arc Rebellion. And then once you do that, you could just slap this on top of it, which is really cool to have. IP Masquerena, you have Alternate Art Access Code Talker. Its first reprint finally that isn't in Gold Rare, because I think that was the only time. Actually, no, it was only in QCR, so now it's in Ultra Rare, so that's good to see that it's no longer QCR locked. Beyond the Pendulum and Secret of the Pendulum, I kind of figured both these were in here. SP Little Knight and Odd Eyes Override Dragon. So that's the brand new card. And then we have some of the secret rare. Oh, I think we have all the secret rares. Speedroid, Heratop, Takum Tomborg, and the Darum Knocker, Stardust, Charge Warrior, Cork Shooter, and the High Speedroid Clearwing Rider are all in secret rare and Starlight rare. Lunalight, Black Sheep, Yellow Martin, Scarlet Tiger, Masquerade, Liger Dancer, Perfume Dancer are all secret rare. That is a great upgrade to a lot of the Lunalight cards, and I think Lunalight players are super happy about this. Then we have the Odd Eye stuff being the Perform Pal Monkey Board, Seer, Sky Iris, Soul Blaze Dragon, Beyond the Pendulum, and also Override Dragon. They are really not wanting to ban Beyond the Pendulum right now, which is absolutely fine. But let's get to these new cards that I've been waiting to read for quite some time today. And these are the 3 brand new cards plus the import for the Soul Blaze Dragon. So first off, we have Speedroid Daruma Knocker. It's as a level 4 Wind Machine Tuner effect monster with 200 attack and 1600 defense. And if this card is in your hand, you can send 1 Speedroid card from your deck to your graveyard, except Daruma Knocker. Special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except the Wind Monsters. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Speedroid spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Then if you control a Clearwing monster, you can destroy 1 monster on the field, and you can only use each effect of Speedroid Daruma Knocker once per turn. Honestly, being a free wind extender is very useful for decks like Mecha Phantom Beast. You have Dragoonides, and even Speedroid itself. So running a small Speedroid engine is definitely possible, because I think Speedroid Duplicate is one of the main ones that you could send off of it. And I need to pull it up just to see what that does, because I'm trying to remember. I think it's just summons it out of token. So Duplicate allows you to, if it's in your graveyard during the main phase, you could target one level 2 or higher Speedroid monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do, special summon a level 1 tuner wind machine. And yeah, it summons out a free normal monster machine tuner. So this with Duplicate is absolutely great, giving you 2 tuner monsters. So if you have a non-tuner, you can go up into a double synchro summon. Overall, I definitely think this is going to be very useful in a lot of win strategies, like Dragoonity, as I said, because I think giving them additional tuners is always good to have. We have Lunalight, the Scarlet Tiger, level 5 Dark Beast Warrior effect with 1900 attack and 1500 defense. And if you activate a Lunalight monster's effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you activated this card during the turn your opponent activated card or effect. You can add 1 polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon 1 Lunalight monster from your face-up extra deck or graveyard, except a level 5, but it cannot activate its effects this turn, and you can only use each effect of Lunalight Scarlet Tiger once per turn. So this is actually a really good card for Lunalight, because it allows you to get your Lunalight Pendulum monsters out of the extra deck, so you bounce it back with Yellow Martin, or other ways back to the hand. So overall, I definitely think that Scarlet Tiger is a great inclusion, might be a 1 of or maybe a 2 of. So overall, definitely a very good card, and I cannot wait to see how Lunalight looks now post this specific new world premiere. Then we have the Odd Eye Soul Blaze Dragon. This is just an import from the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, original structure manga, I think it is. And this just allows you to synchro summon or use a tuner and non-tuner to synchro summon this card. And if it's special summoned, you could special summon a face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck, but you cannot special summon except Pendulum monsters while you control that face-up monster. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 2 other monsters, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Pendulum from your graveyard, special summon this card, and you can only use 1 Odd Eye Soul Blaze Dragon effect per turn, and only once that turn. So this is actually really good, because you could just summon this out in your combo, Synchro it away, and then banish 2 other Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Pendulums from your graveyard to summon it back, so it gives you another level 8 tuner to your field. And this is being used in a Tune FTK with the Phantasmal Lord Bishbolkin, so be very cautious about it, because this card is a very useful piece, being a level 8 tuner synchro. Then we have Odd Eye's Override Dragon. This effect is extremely long. It is a light dragon link 3, 2500 attack that points to the bottom left, and bottom right, and it takes 2 monsters, including a Pendulum monster. You can target 1 other card you control, destroy it, and if you do, draw 1 card. During a turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can discard 1 card, negate that effect, and you can only use each of the preceding effects of this card once per turn. Okay, so just an Omni negate during your turn, and just being able to Electromite destroy something to draw 1, that's fine. If you destroy a Pendulum monster card by this card's first effect during your main phase this turn, you can conduct 1 Pendulum summon of Perform Repel monsters, Magician Pendulum monsters, and or Odd Eyes monsters in addition to your Pendulum summon, and you can only gain this effect once per turn. Another Pendulum summon is always good for Odd Eyes Perform Repel, because it just gives you more access to your monsters in the extra deck, and since this points all downwards, it's going to help out the deck a lot. I might use a copy of this in something like my Magic Spectre deck, and use a small Perform Repel Odd Eyes engine to give an additional consistency. But just having 3 arrows point down is absolutely great, and just having something to prevent Nibiru is always good to have. But tell me what you guys think about the Legendary Modern or Legendary Arc 5 decks. I do wish that there were more hand trap reprints like the last time, but sometimes you win some, you don't, and other times you lose some. But anyways, I've been BoltSpider. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button as well. And to get notified whenever I upload, hit that bell too.
And I do want to thank FGH and Ronald Arnett Jr. 3938
for supporting the channel and becoming a channel member. And if you want to join the Discord server, it is down in the description below of each video. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.